What is going on, everybody? It's Nothing But Skills here, and in today's video we're going to be showing you every item that Cassie Mendoza has available this week. Now remember, to find Cassie Mendoza you need to find Snitch, and when you do find him he will drop a bounty, but he also gives you the location of the gun runner, Miss Mendoza. So we found her today. She was located just in this area. You should be able to find this shopping cart right here. Right now let's take a look at what items she has. So the first item she has this week is the Pyromaniac. Now this one has 10% assault rifle damage, 8.5% health damage, and it has 6% damage to targets out of cover. You can max out that assault rifle damage, and this would actually be a pretty good Pyromaniac. Now it has perfectly ignited. Remember, deal 25% to damage to burning enemies, and then after 3 kills you apply burning to the next enemy. So this is probably one that I would probably pick up if you don't have one just yet with better rolls, because I think isn't damage to targets out of cover 10%. So if you max out the assault rifle, that's additional 5% there. It's really up to you. You can max out either one of these. Definitely not a horrible rolled Pyromaniac to pick up. It's going to cost you 8,466 credits. The next item is the Pristine Example. This comes with perfect focus. Now this has 9.9% weapon damage on there. It's on Araldi. It has 14,000 health, which you could roll for headshot damage or critical hit damage depending on what you're trying to run. And then you have 4.2% critical hit chance right there. Remember, max roll on that is 6%, so not too bad. And then it has an offensive mod slot. Now perfect focus increases your total weapon damage by 6% every second you are aiming, while scoped 8 times or higher up to 60%. So that's actually a really good talent. I think this talent works best with the Nemesis once they fix that. Right now it's a little bugged, but in title update 9 next week it should be fixed. But I think that actually would be really good. You pair those up together, so not a bad chest. If you guys are looking to get this one, you guys can pick this one up too. Now the shield splinter, remember you have to do the first 12 original hunters from DC. Now I do have a video on my main channel on how to get this, so if you guys are looking at getting that, once you unlock that you get the ivory key, the 8 ivory keys. It unlocks the shield splinter, and then you will always see it in here. Now you have 10% assault rifle damage, 8.5% health damage, and you have 8% damage to targets out of cover. Another pretty good one, right? You can roll the assault rifle damage to 15% right there, and this would be a solid piece. It has perfect weapon damage is increased by 4% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. So not too bad at all. If you guys are looking at picking this up and you already have it unlocked, this is actually a pretty good one. They also have the new chest piece, the Hunter Killer. This is what you get from doing the new 13 hunters in Warlords of New York. Now this one comes with armor of 130,000. It has 7.7% skill damage. It comes on the gold line gear that already gives you that 10% status effects with the one piece. It does have 3,900 armor regeneration, and it has an empty utility mod slot. Now the talent on here, I haven't figured out what I would really want to run this with. It's perfect intimidate. While you have a bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 40% to enemies within 10 meters. Now I think this would be good for when you have a shield player on your team, like someone running a shield build. He runs that talent where he moves the shield down, he pops it right back up. Everybody has that bonus armor, additional 40% damage to enemies within 10 meters. I think that would actually be go, but haven't really found a build to run this as a solo player. But yeah, this might be something that a lot of you guys might want to run. So if you guys are looking at running this piece right here and you have the 13 hunters unlocked, this is the piece you get, and you can always buy a new one here. Now we do have an ongoing directive backpack. It has 8.9% weapon damage, 16.4% repair skills. It has an empty utility mod slot, and remember the backpack comes with the backpack talent. We have a chest piece, the hardwired chest piece. It has 1 skill tier. It has 9.4% critical damage, and this is great. This is great about when you run hardwire sets. You can run whatever attribute you want, skill damage, status effects, and it's always going to be god roll, right? So that is something if you guys are looking for the chest piece. And remember, it increases the feedback loop, skill damage, and repair bonus from 10% to 25%. So you gain 15% extra damage by putting the chest piece on. Now we get into the gloves. We have the Striker gloves. It has 7.9% weapon damage and has a really good hazard protection roll of 9.7% hazard protection right there. So if you want to build with hazard protection and you're trying to run the Striker gear set, this won't be good. You can max out the weapon damage right there. They have the striker knee pads. These come with 10% weapon damage, 16,000 health. Same thing, decent roll health if you want to keep health on there. The weapon damage isn't too bad. So if you're looking at building a set and you don't have any pieces, this might be a good starter piece for you. We have the hardwired knee holster, and this is another skill tier. And then remember, what's great about these is you just roll that attribute to whatever you want, and you're always going to want that skill tier because most likely you're going to run this on a skill build. You can run status effects, skill damage on there. For the mask, we have the True Patriot mask, and this comes with 137,000 armor, 4.4% critical hit chance, and an empty defensive mod slot. You can roll that critical hit chance for another blue roll or whatever you guys decide that you guys want to put on there, and it's not a bad roll. We have the PP19, 11% SMG damage, 14.5 critical hit chance, 8.5% magazine size. It comes with steady handed, which you remember hits grant a stack of 1% accuracy and stability. At 100 stacks, it consumes them to refill the magazine. So if you're looking for PP19, this is the stats on it. You can roll whatever you want. We have the classic M44 carbine. Now this one comes with 12% marksman rifle damage, 66% headshot damage, really low, and then has a 12.5% magazine size. That's actually pretty, but you really don't need that on. I think that's a waste to roll on sniper. But if you want to fill out your Pokedex, you can grab that magazine size. It does have the talent reformation, headshots grant 30%, skill repair for 8 seconds. Then we have the China Knight gloves, which have skill tier. It has 7.9% hazard protection and 3.3% critical chance. Some pretty bad rolls if you're trying to run some type of skill build. We have the Murakami holster, which has 1 skill tier. It has 9.7% critical damage and 8.2% headshot damage. We have a defensive system mending mod with 7.8% shock resistance, and then a magnetic disc with 6.3% health. But yeah, those are the items this week, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing you guys this video weekly. So if you guys have been looking for this, some pretty decent items, I would recommend checking them out for yourself if you're looking to fill anything. But these two are probably the items that I will probably pick up: the Pyromaniac and then the Pristine Example. The Shield Splinter is probably good too, but after that, it's really just up to you. If you're looking at building a hardwire set, 2 really good hardwire pieces in here that you can grab, and you don't have to farm them. So let me know if you guys have any questions. If you guys are still struggling to find Miss Mendoza, remember you need to find the snitch. And the snitch, a lot of times I find them outside the 1040 safe house. So I either fast travel to Jefferson Trade, and this is the first spot, but there is a map that you guys can look up and find all the locations of Snitch. Once you find them, then you'll have her for the full week and you'll be able to find her. So that's gonna wrap up this video here, guys. I do appreciate all the support. I will see you guys in the next Division 2 video, but until then, nothing but skills out.